Hey everybody, my name is Star Drifter and I'm here to show you Pilops, your virtual pilot career for Flight Simulator. You can get this at pilops.com. You do need to set up an account, and once you have set up your account and chosen your starting location, your starting airport, you'll land on a dashboard similar to what you see now. You'll also want to go ahead and navigate to the Downloads tab here and download the Pilops client installer. That's going to actually allow your Flight Simulator to talk to the Pilops app. Once you're at the dashboard, you can see some basic information about yourself at the top right here, including your level, your hours flown, progress to the next level, your in-game currency and premium in-game currency if you have any, your language preferences. Currently only English and Portuguese are supported. You can also log out if you wish by clicking your profile picture. You will see missions and bonuses showing that if you fly on consecutive days, you earn bonuses on deliveries. So as you for multi-day streaks, you'll get percentage bonus increases all the way up to 20%. You'll see a ranking on the right hand side. You will also see a map and some information about the current pilots and their flight time, where they're flying from and to. And you can also zoom in and click a particular aircraft to see who that is and where they're flying from and to. You can see the aircraft you currently own by clicking My Aircraft. Everybody starts with one aircraft at the location you chose, and you can click to view details about it. It's going to show you the prefix, the location, the hangar. Now, hangar is where it was originally located. Location is where it currently is. You'll see its fuel, cargo capacity, and passenger capacity, rather. You also see an option to sell the aircraft. You can sell it to the Pilops government currently. That will sell it for a small amount of money immediately. And this option is currently not available to add to market. That is a feature that is being worked on. So we'll click cancel for now. You only get about 5,000 in-game currency for selling it to the market, which you can easily make by flying. So in my opinion, it's not really worth it unless you really just want to sell the plane and use that money to rent aircraft that you might prefer. You also see the condition of the aircraft, including the engine cycles, how many hours are on the engine, and the percentage towards the cycle, the maintenance cycle. You'll see your tires. You will see your brakes as well with the option to start maintenance. And you will see a map showing your two locations that were shown here, your current location and your hangar. You can also go to buy or rent an aircraft here. So for instance, if you wanted to rent a Bonanza, you'll see the Bonanza costs 10,000 in-game currency or 130 premium currency. If you click it, if it says available to rent, you'll also be able to rent it for the price shown here. So for instance, this is 2,500 in-game currency for 30 days. You'll also see basic stats about the aircraft, such as its capacity. And lastly, you can click hangars. So this allows you to buy new hangars. Currently, I only have one in my starting location. However, you can click buy a new hangar. You can enter an ICAO and go through that process there. I have not done it yet. Under airliners, this allows you to create or apply to existing airlines. So you can scroll through available airlines here. You can sort by name, created at, status, fleet, commission, and you can click any of them to get more information. This kind of gives you an idea of where they are, where their hangars are located, their fleet, and the current status of it, and flights completed by this airline. The application status, which shows open right now with the apply button there, so you can go ahead and apply to an airline if you like. You can view your flight history here if you've completed a flight. And you can also just view information about an airport by entering an ICAO here. And you'll see start a flight. When we click start a flight, we will see our aircraft here, which right now we only have one. So we'll go ahead and click that right now. It shows the current location as well, and the total fuel amount currently. We will click start a flight plan. And at this point, we're going to see information about the aircraft on the left, fuel, passengers, and cargo, and estimated profit here, which currently shows 0, meaning we have no jobs on board, and a map showing our current location, And we will also see the option to cancel flight here. This is a useful button if you get yourself into any situation where you need to cancel the flight. Most common reason might be you start a flight with no jobs and go through the pre-flight and start it and realize that it's not going to track anything. That's when you would go ahead and cancel it in the dashboard here before going back to the app. So the most important thing to see here is this button here for cargoes and passengers, or cargo and passengers rather. You don't necessarily choose your destination in Pilops, you choose from available jobs. By default, these are sorted by distance, nearest to farthest. You can, however, click any of these headers to sort it a different way. For instance, highest paying to lowest paying. You can also sort by destination alphabetically, weight lowest to highest or reverse, and type. You can also click filter, and here you can set filters for various things such as passengers only, general cargo only. You can set a weight slider here. You can set a destination manually. Sometimes this gets broken and you may need to reset it. Looks like it's currently happening as well, but normally you'll have the ability to move these sliders. Once in a while this does break for reasons I'm not sure of. But what we'll do right now is just stick with the default options here, and we will look for jobs all going to the same destination. So what we want to do is find some passengers and or cargo. Now, what you do is you're going to look up here and see you have your total weight. We have currently 92.97 pounds of fuel on board, so that is our only weight. Pilot's weight does not seem to be included unless it's taken out of the total. But what we'll go ahead and do is look for some lucrative jobs all going to the same location. Sometimes that's going to be single passengers being more lucrative than multiple passengers. Other times it's going to be the multiple passengers. You just want to take a look at the payment and the weight and kind of see what the best job is for you. We're going to go ahead and take this 3 passengers to SC14, and we dragged it into that drag and drop location there. Now that we do have some passengers on board, you'll see that we have an estimated profit. And at this point, we can go back to the active flight and see that information here. We'll see where we're going. So we're in Augusta right now. So the destination is up here at Shealy Airport off of Lake Murray. And as it says right here, just open your client and start your flight. You can download it on our download page. So at this point, you want to make sure you open Pilops. I already have it open, and you'll have to log in if you haven't yet. And when we click refresh, or if you log in for the first time, it should show you the job that you have. And you have the option to go to pre-flight. There's some sounds here. You can increase or decrease the volume of these, or turn them all the way off if you prefer, down there, and save your settings. This shows you some basic information about the aircraft location, cargo and passengers on board. Tells you to open Flight Simulator and start a flight with the correct aircraft and current location. So we are coming from Kilo Alpha Golf Sierra. So we're going to choose that on the ramp. And we can, if we want, we can go ahead and set our destination here as well, which is Sierra Charlie 14, I believe. And we can go ahead and click Start Flight. And once we're actually positioned on the ramp or runway, depending on how you start, you will go ahead and click the I'm ready to connect button here. We'll pause and wait for this to finish loading. All right, we are here at the airport. So we will go ahead and click I'm ready to connect. And then I'm ready, start my flight. So you'll see the aircraft actually moved a little bit. That's because the fuel was set based on what we had in there. We can see the information here, including satisfaction. We've got some basic information from the flight here, including the altitude, airspeed, and current fuel. And we've got a passenger happiness index here. If you have cargo, there's also a cargo slider as well, indicating the quality or whether the cargo has had any damage, essentially. and whether or not there are any alerts that might affect our evaluation reputation. And essentially what we do is we fly to our destination airport, and once we arrive and shut the aircraft down, we will click Finish and Save Flight. When we do that, it's going to show the success screen showing the score out of 5 stars and some other information from the flight. If you decide you want to cancel a flight, you will need to cancel it here. When you do that, however, you'll notice that when I refresh, I still have the job here. So if you want to fully cancel this job so that you can fly somewhere else, you will need to come back to your dashboard, scroll all the way to the bottom, and click Cancel Flight here as well. When you do that, and you go back to the app and refresh, you'll see you have no flight, and you can go ahead and start a new flight.